Yo, it's Rob here from Showdown, and today we're switching it up, y'all. Normally we do hot takes of anime TikTok, but I could tell y'all right now, anime Twitter is a whole new world. If you guys want to send me some anime tweets, my Twitter is at Shonen_Showdown, and the Discord is now open in the description down below. Let's get right into it. First, we have a tweet here from Justin saying, My Hero Academia made anime mainstream, and I refuse to let y'all revise history like it didn't. Crunchyroll owes My Hero Academia everything. All right, so there's a lot to unpack here. I've seen a lot of people going crazy over this tweet, but we do have to acknowledge what My Hero Academia has done, especially for new gen anime fans. We cannot lie, My Hero Academia was one of the biggest gateway anime for new gen anime fans, 100%. But the tweet didn't specify whether this is new gen or old gen, or we don't know, because you're saying that My Hero made anime mainstream is a very, very crazy thing. And the only reason why I can say that is because Demon Slayer exists. Demon Slayer's outbreak was the craziest I have ever seen personally. You could talk about how popular DBZ has been. You could talk about Naruto, One Piece, and Bleach being the big three and their popularity in the early 2000s and still continuing on to this day. We get all of that. But at the end of the day, anime wasn't fully socially accepted until around the new gen era. And we do have to admit, even though My Hero Academia was one of the biggest gateway anime for the new gen anime fan, Demon Slayer took it to a whole other level. Let's be serious. It was to the point where people were tweeting about that season 1 episode 19 that took Demon Slayer to the highest peak, breaking out manga sale records that are passing One Piece, dropping movies in theaters, dropping episodes in theaters. I mean, Demon Slayer really did change the game, and that anime for new gen anime fans, I believe Demon Slayer broke My Hero Academia's record. So I don't know if I could fully agree with this tweet, because making anime mainstream is very subjective. If we discuss the old gen, we could say DBZ. Everybody knows what Kamehameha is. Everyone knows what Goku is. So is that the mainstream standard? We have to discuss what is making anime mainstream essentially in the beginning. But I think we do have to give Justin some credit here, because My Hero Academia was huge for new gen anime fans. It just got surpassed by Demon Slayer. That's really what happened to My Hero Academia. It was hot and everyone loved it, but then Demon Slayer came along and reminded everybody that there's still competitors in this business. We have a tweet here from Chidori Uchiha showing us Kaguya and Imu. For Kaguya, it says, lame. Secret villain revealed out of nowhere late in the story. That is what a lot of the Naruto fans were saying about Kaguya. But on a different side of the same coin, we have Imu from One Piece saying, amazing reveal. Secret villain revealed out of nowhere late in the story. I think this tweet really makes no sense at all, because even though Kaguya and Imu's reveals were not predicted by either fandoms, we have to understand that Kaguya being brought into the story at the end took away from Madara's greatness. That is really why the Naruto fans were upset, because Madara was hyped up as being a mastermind behind all of these great ideas. You're talking about hyping up Obito to attack the Hidden Leaf Village, the formation of the Akatsuki, taking down all the Jinchuriki. All of this was thought to be Madara's idea, until you find out that Black Zetsu and Kaguya were really behind pulling the strings. So from a Naruto fan's perspective, you're hyped up to see Madara be the final villain, and then all of a sudden it's stripped away from you at the final battle? That is not what Oda did with Iem. Did anyone have any idea that Imu was going to be in the story? No. But there was so much left to be discovered in the villains of One Piece anyway. We still did not get the full impact of the Gorosei that we do now. The God's Knights have been introduced into the story, and Imu does not take away from any of the other villains' greatness. People still want to see Blackbeard rise to the top and be one of the final villains in the story. People still want to see Akainu get down with either Sabo or Luffy. I mean, there is so much left that we still have to discover. So Imu was actually brought in at a great point within One Piece, which is why his revelation did not get as much hate as Kaguya. Kaguya stripped away from the other antagonists in Naruto, but in the case of One Piece, Imu's revelation actually added to the story. So for me personally, I don't think we can equate the two. So we have a tweet here from Ella showing us a poll saying that JJK is majorly popular among people whose first anime is JJK or haven't watched the big three yet. Looks like most people disagree, and I too am a part of that camp. Yes, Jujutsu Kaisen has risen to an incredible height. We do know that it has been crowned as the most popular anime ever. I do have some questions about that, but I will give it its flowers for now. I don't know if it really has reached the heights that Dragon Ball Z has reached, or even Pokemon, or even Naruto, but it is definitely number one right now. You can say that 100%. But I don't think that's because JJK is a gateway anime. I've never seen Jujutsu Kaisen as a gateway anime. Most people that have seen JJK have already been anime fans for the longest time. And a lot of people that saw Jujutsu Kaisen for the first time were making comparisons to older anime that they've already seen. Team Team 7 from Naruto, or even Ichigo Squad in Bleach. A lot of people were drawing those comparisons between the two shows. Gojo and Kakashi have always been compared. We have a tweet here from Surgeon of Depth. Make sure you guys follow him, saying Egghead has the potential to surpass this arc. Obviously in the video, you guys can see this is the Enies lobby arc. But even then, thinking that or any other arc surpassing it seems unlikely. Okay, there's a lot to unpack here. Enies Lobby is one of the greatest arcs in One Piece. Every One Piece fan can at least admit that. But Egghead arc is already an S tier arc, and it's not even over. Everything that has been happening in Egghead, the revelations, the hype, the power, the action, the scenes, the emotional moments, I mean everything from Kuma's backstory to Luffy boxing with the Gorosei. I mean, you can't compete with Egghead really right now unless you're talking about heavy hitters like Marineford and Enies Lobby. Now, for me, Enies Lobby is actually behind Marineford for me. I think Marineford is my GOAT arc, but when it's all said and done, once Egghead is finished, Egghead might be over Marineford. Egghead really might be in that type of conversation because even though I love Marineford, I love how Whitebeard name dropped the series. I love how Ace's death really impacted Luffy and Jinbei and all these people. I love everything that happened with the Marineford War, even the build up to it. I'm telling you guys right now, when Kuma's backstory gets animated, that's gonna be one of the greatest consecutive episodes that we've seen in One Piece as far as emotional moments go. And when Luffy starts boxing with the Gorosei, even when all the Gorosei are in the room together and they all transform at the same time, guys, I'm telling y'all, this arc honestly might be the greatest arc in One Piece thus far. And I love Enies Lobby. Enies Lobby is an S tier arc for me. And Egghead, it's already S tier without even being done. So what does that tell you? Next, we have a tweet here from Sakazuki is top 1 saying maturing is both acknowledging and accepting Kuzan is stronger than Luffy, Shanks, and Blackbeard. Then I'll stay a kid forever. This is ridiculous. This is blasphemy of the highest grade. I get you're an Admiral fan though. So obviously, you know, shout out to you. There's a lot of Admiral fans out there in the One Piece community, but this is ridiculous. And I already know what this is. So we already know because you believe Akainu is top 1 and he was boxing Kuzan for around 10 days that Kuzan has to be number 2. I mean, not only do I not have Akainu in my top 1, to be honest with you, it may be a struggle to get Kuzan in the top 10 based on what's going on with the God's Knights dropping out here and you have the Gorosei going crazy. The Admiral fans to me have been saying for the longest that Kizaru was one of the top Admirals, that Kizaru is possibly even stronger than Kuzan. There was Admiral fans that were making a case that Kizaru was stronger than Akainu at one point in time. But look what's going on at Egghead. Luffy is boxing with the Gorosei, hitting Kizaru with the White Star gun. I mean, I know people want to say, well, Kizaru's not going all out because, you know, he has emotional attachments to Vegapunk and everybody that's there. Let's get real. He has the Gorosei watching over him, making sure that he tries to some extent. If Kizaru was showing any signs of being a traitor, they would be boxing him as well. So I can't say Kizaru was holding back this entire time. I feel like that would be disingenuous. But if Kizaru is any approximation of what a full-powered Kuzan would look like, Admiral fans, it's time, man. It's time you guys hang up your Admiral jerseys. It's over with. Start buying those God's Knights, those Holy Knights, and those Gorosei stocks, man, before they run out. I'm telling you, start buying those now. Because if we're being serious now, the Blackbeard Pirates had to jump old Garp. Garp outside of his prime. Even though Aokiji was there boxing with him, they still had to gang up on him. Listen, y'all better take Shank's name out there. Y'all just saw Green Bull looking like a track star. He was running. So we're not doing that. Next, we have a tweet here from Hisoka CEO saying, if we're not being biased, who did it better? Goku Ultra Instinct or Luffy Gear 5? As a fan of both series, I think my best answer for this would be Goku's was more iconic, but Gear 5 Luffy was more unique of an idea. Gear 5 Luffy did break the internet. However, the first episode of Gear 5 did not do what they needed it to do. It wasn't until some later episodes of Gear 5, like Gomu Gomu no Kaminari, where we started to say, okay, now Gear 5 is looking serious. But the idea, the uniqueness of the transformation was unprecedented. When you're looking at Goku's Ultra Instinct transformation, it was one of the biggest anime moments of all time. That broke the internet as well, but it broke the internet at a much higher tier. Anime fans from all around the world were trying to tune into Goku Ultra Instinct, but I will say that I believe that Toei handled the Ultra Instinct transformation better than they handled the Gear 5 Luffy. They gave Dragon Ball Super a 1-hour episode special, and then when Luffy's Gear 5 dropped, they were doing repeated frames. They didn't show it the same love. So I will say that on the first day of release, Goku's Ultra Instinct, it released least better than Gear 5 Luffy. But if you want to talk about comparing the transformations and which one is cooler and which one is more unique, you have to go with Gear 5 Luffy. You have to go with the Sun God Nika Luffy. That ability literally started making people talk about Luffy in conversations of Toon Force because of how unique and how wild and wacky the idea is. And it still really fits the story of One Piece. So it's tough to say which one actually did it better because they both did it better in different aspects. Next, we have a tweet here from King of Lightning saying 1100 was amazing and it deserves this high rating, but the best One Piece episode is still 1015. And as you guys can see the image here, this is when Luffy first pulled up on the roof and had Big Mom and Kaido. And I think this is when Luffy dropped the red rock as well. I 1000% agree with this. Listen, we already know what it is. If Megumi Ishitani is in the building, I don't care about anything else that's going on with One Piece. I need her in the building directing those episodes because when she's there, she's killing it every single time. And that's why even though we do love this recent episode 1100, we love the Rob Lucci versus Gear 5 Luffy, the action looks crazy, it looks great. 1015 had so much more of an emotional pull building up to the actionable moments as well. It is that hype. 1015 is probably one of Ishitani's greatest works if we're gonna be honest. And that was the episode that really started Roof Piece. So I definitely have to agree with Cole here. Next, we have a tweet here from Red Lightning 420 saying, Deku, you have 1 minute to solo the JJK first. Nah, man. Yo, that image of Gojo is crazy, y'all. Y'all are disrespectful, man. First of all, Deku soloing the JJK verse has to be one of the craziest things I've ever seen because we already know enough domain expansions are going to be popping out. Sukuna is going to be popping out at some point. I mean, soloing the verse, a lot of people don't understand what soloing the verse truly means. They think, oh, because my character scale is a little higher than yours and now all of a sudden I can pack up everybody in the verse. Like, no, you're fighting everybody all at once. You have to be seriously powerful to do that. Not saying Deku isn't powerful, but I can't see him soloing JJK, man. That's crazy. And next up, we have a classic Naruto versus Luffy toxic debate that will never end. First, we have Nason Sama 7 saying, this is exactly how Naruto versus Luffy would go. Oh my God. Oh, not the... Yo, they put the Rob Lucci edit. Oh, that's crazy. Oh man, that's so disrespectful. Then we have the response from the Naruto fan Zentrix here saying this is how Naruto versus Luffy would actually go. Oh, death. Yo, y'all got it. Yo, see, look, y'all Naruto fans, I can't with y'all. First of all, man. Nah, listen, both sides are toxic. Both sides are toxic. This is hilarious. But can y'all at least give Luffy Gear 5 first? Y'all put Naruto in barrier mode and you had Luffy sitting in base. Like, come on, man. Let's at least give Luffy the Gear 5. And even on the One Piece fan side, if we're gonna give Luffy Gear 5, let's also give Naruto barrier mode as well. But you guys let me know down in the comment section below which tweets you agree with, man. Obviously, show love to all the accounts here. And if you guys want to, follow me on Twitter at Shonen_Showdown so I can continue to do this if you like it. And with that, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.